Hi everybody, let's go make some jam. All right, so I've got a couple different size jars here because first time making jam in our Deluxe cooking blender, but I'm not really sure how much is going to come out of this recipe. So I've got 2 larger size and 3 small ones. So we're going to get started. So what it calls for is super easy. 1 pound of strawberries hulled and cut in half. So let me tell you, if you've been to, I think it was Sam's Club, these strawberries right now are so delicious, so check them out. I also like to get them from Detweiler's if you're local. So it calls for 1 pound of strawberries, 2.5 tablespoons of pectin. Let me tell you how hard it is to find pectin. Had to go to our trustworthy Amazon to find it, but it asked for the classic pectin. I couldn't find a low sugar one or no sugar, so I've cut down the sugar in the recipe just in case. Plus these are super sweet. So you can make regular jam, or you can make a low sugar jam. The low sugar jam has 1/2 cup of sugar, but the regular one has 3 cups. No way I'm using 3 cups. So I'm gonna improvise here and use 1 cup and then the pectin. So directions are to put all of your strawberries in your blender, all right? And what this does, it's going to puree it, cook it down, and we're only going to put the strawberries and the pectin in first. Once it says add, we're going to take the lid off and put the sugar in. Once it's finished cooking, we'll put it in our jars and let it cool, and then cap them and put it in the fridge. That's it. So this cool thing can do everything. It's not just a blender, and it's got a nice glass container here. But you can do a soup, which I've done the tomato basil soup numerous times. It's really easy, and it tells you step by step when to add everything. You can do a heated puree, a sauce. You can do peanut butter, smoothies, alternate milks like almond milk. So lots of cool things. Plus, it cleans itself. All you do once it cools down, you add some water in, a drop of dish soap, put the lid on and hit heat wash. It heats it up, it cleans all the blades, swishes everything around, and all you have to do is rinse and maybe spot treat a couple little spots, and it's finished. So really cool. So all right, let's get started. So I've got my strawberries in here. It says 2.5 tablespoons. So hold on. We're gonna use our little protector here. I'm telling you, I went all over Publix looking for pectin, could not find it. I had everybody helping me. Apparently they don't carry it. I didn't try Walmart, but Amazon is always the quickest for me. There we go. That's 2.5. Now again, if there's anything that I'm using that you see in these videos, just reach out and let me know. If you're interested in more information about the blender, also let me know. Really cool little gadget here. All right, that's it. We're not gonna do anything else until it tells us to add. So we're gonna put our lid on and lock it in place. Okay, we're going to turn it on. I know you're not gonna be able to see this, but we're gonna spin the wheel to jam. Okay, and press start. It's going to count down. It's going to do the blending. You probably can't hear me. And that's it. So we'll be back, okay, once we get to the adds section. It's going to take a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how long, but it's heating up. And once it heats up and gets all this going, we'll add the rest. All right, be back. The add function here, we're up to 208 degrees. Now what it's doing is it brings it up. I think it was supposed to go up to 212, but it brought up to 208. I changed my mind. I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar, and what's going to happen is it's going to start mixing up. Oops, that's not going to work. It's going to start mixing up and bring the temperature up to 220, which helps activate the pectin. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Okay, it'll start activating the pectin, and that's where we get that nice jelly texture to our jam. Okay, But again, I decided to go with 2 cups because first try, I'd like to be as close to how it's supposed to be. Let's see if this works better. That's a little better. Okay, and once we add, we're going to hit the start function, and then it'll proceed to heat up. All right, almost there. All right. Technically, it asks for 3 cups of sugar. I don't know if that's going to be too much. I guess we'll see. If this doesn't taste sweet enough, then we'll know for next time, right? All right, we're going to replace our lid, and this is super, super hot. So let's see here. We're going to go right there, and we're going to just hit the start. That just gets the heating going back, right? We'll be back. Okay, we are done. It's bubbling in there. So we're going to carefully take this off, pour it into our jars, and then let it cool for an hour. So I'm trying to find the best way to do this so I don't burn myself. Let's go this way. All right. We got some jam. It smells good. All right. Watch all the steam come out of this. Let's try not to burn ourselves. So this got up to, it's supposed to go up to 220 degrees, but it went up to 218. It's nice and bubbly and thick. So let's hope it'll fit into the jars that I have, and then I don't need more. All right. Let's see here, and then we're going to let it cool completely, and we're going to put this in the fridge once it's cooled, okay? Let's go a little bit more. It's so much nicer when you're making homemade, and from when I was reading the directions, they said that even though it looks like a lot of sugar, the sugar is like a natural preservative from keeping out bacteria. So is that true? I don't know, but that's what my book says. All right, let's see. So that's 2 down. These drawers are super, super hot. And I got these cute little ones, so I'm going to give some to the neighbors. Let's see how many we could get out of them. Let's see. 1. So this would make a great gift during the holidays even. Or just a nice housewarming gift. Make up some nice scones or homemade biscuits. Make some butter and then some jam and put it in a little basket together. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. All right. 2 large and 1 small. Excuse me, 2 large and 3 small. Perfect, perfect size. I'm going to let this cool a tad bit before we clean it, but if you do want to see how it's cleaned, go to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit subscribe, and scroll down. There is one about cleaning the blender, and it's pretty cool to watch it, like totally clean it and get a lot of the stains out. Can you see? It's not a lot. And then once you do the clean function, you rinse it out, and if there's still anything stuck, you use one of your little handy brush tools and scrub the little bits and then rinse it again. And the reason they have this heat cleaning function is because you're not supposed to get the bottom mechanism wet. But all right, so we are done. We're gonna cool. Look at that. Homemade jam, everybody.